And today we're going to take a look at Substance Source and a couple of materials that they've made available. Within the time which we're going to talk about this, we'll take some steps backwards and also take a look at some other free cool materials that has also been made available that we sort of missed earlier in the year. And we're going to talk about how these materials will best suit your next project. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to askNK. So today we have news, and today's news is coming from the guys at Substance, and the Substance team have put together very interesting looking stuff. So from Substance Source you can now get 100 Substance stylized materials that you would be able to use for your stylized games, your stylized animation, your stylized prop design, and all of that stuff. Of course, we do know how, technically constraining this can be for you to either prepare the materials, get the texturing right, get the parameters right. This is something that is going to hold you down for a very long time, and it's pretty cool to see that the guys from Substance have prepared something like this. The aim of creating this thing from them is so that you'll be able to proceed with creating your stylized project for your mobile games and probably for any other thing in general. And while doing this, they do understand that when you're trying to work with materials, you probably don't want to get exactly the same kind of material that someone else is having, and that is why they are taking a look at giving you a couple of parameters that you can tweak to get a completely non-identical kind of material that you can work with. So I'm also going to share with you guys a couple of other stuff, and it's also good to know that all of the materials are parametric and they are also available in .sbs and also .sbs-ar format. And the whole idea about these things is so that you can increase productivity and also to give you guys an extra creative freedom, so you don't spend so much time trying to create materials while you can just proceed to texturing and working on some other things that really matter. You can load this into Substance ALCHEMIST and you can actually tweak these things to get what you want. And by simply taking a look here, you can see exactly the same materials that were applied, but different parameters were tweaked to get different time of day. Like right now you can see this in summer, you can see this in spring, and here in winter. So if you want to simply get this, or if you're working on some stylized stuff, this is definitely going to be one of the best things that you can do when working with Substance, by simply coming over to the links which I'm going to keep in the description and download this. And by simply going over to the Substance Source, you can see a notable amount of materials that you can go ahead and work with. So by simply rolling over them, you can take a look at what this looks like, and you can see the variations that they all have, from things that has to do with stylized long field grasses to cracks on planks to diamonds, so many cool stuff that you might probably want to spend an enormous amount of time creating. You can find them here. Now, this is not the only thing that we have for today that has to do with the news. We also want to talk about something that was published sometime and we sort of missed it, and it has to do with the new materials Fantasy Battlefield by Erico. So these are very cool materials that you can get. Erico has gone ahead to follow references and recreate all of these materials. And if you're into creating things that has to do with fantasy, or you want to create stuff that leads into the medieval times or stuff like that, then this might probably be something really cool for you. And at the same time, if you also go over to the link which I'm going to leave in the description, you can see that you would be able to get the file types exactly .sbsar and .sbs. You will be able to get that for like patched clothes to stone fortress wall to castle main gates and all this stuff. So if you want to make your next Lord of the Rings styled characters, or your next Lord of the Rings styled props, or your next medieval styled project, then you might probably want to get these things. And yes, because there's a lot of things that we'll love to share with you guys. We're going to talk about the final one that has to do with architectural world building materials that you can get from Substance Source, that is also made available by Jonathan. So we did talk about this a little bit, but we did not really buttress this a lot, and this is actually a little bit old for now. But if you're into getting this, I think it's just worth it to mention this for anyone that is available or anyone that's trying to get into, you know, texturing stuff that has to do with architectural design directly in Substance. You might probably want to, you know, get through here and get these ones and proceed to work with them. And all of these materials right here are extremely high quality, and from this, which has to do with the stylized one, is also worth mentioning that they've optimized and offer an optional visual, you know, results that would range from 256 to 8K resolution size of files that you can simply get going and apply onto your material. The same thing goes for most of these other ones, as their material sizes are actually extremely heavy. So in case you're trying to get that extra detail, you're trying to push that extra stuff, you know, you want to get that, you know, beautiful stuff on your model, you want to get that material looking so cool and so nice, and at the same time being able to tweak these things to fit into what you want to achieve at the end of the day, then these things are pretty cool. And it is really, really amazing to see that the guys from Substance are doing a lot of things and giving us some cool stuff that we can simply proceed to work with. And that's it. I would like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section. And of course, if you've never tried Substance before, you can proceed, download the free version. There is going to be a link in the description that will take you over to a video where we talked about almost everything you need to know about Substance. Tell me what you guys think about this in the comment section. And of course, if you like this video or you learned something from it, you can go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to share with a friend. And if you're new here, it's going to be amazing for you to hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications so that you don't miss the next video or the next update. And until I see you guys again with a tutorial update, Free Friday, Tutorial Tuesday, tips and tricks, things like this. Peace.